Welcome to Entertainment This Week, where we give you all you need to know in the world of entertainment. My guest today is a writer, a poet, a youth activist, a leadership mentor, and also the publisher of World Entourage magazine. But first, we will take entertainment tidbits, and then you will meet Abdullahi Haruna.
Nigerian music star Yanya celebrated his birthday and decided to visit Ikoyi prisons to celebrate with the inmates. Yanya was welcomed by the authorities and the community. He proceeded into the correctional facility where he spoke and played with the inmates. According to a representative for the music star, highlights of the visit include his performance with talented inmates. The Kukere master pledged to build a recording studio in the establishment for the musically inclined inmates. His current girlfriend also gave him one of the world's most expensive perfumes. Yanya also got a $25,000 Rolex watch from his manager and partner, Ubi Franklin, and the entire Made Men Music Group team. This was accompanied by a suggestive birthday cake. Hollywood star Kerry Washington and her Nigerian-American NFL player husband Nnamdi Asomugha are expecting their first child. The scandal actress, who is extremely private about her personal life, is yet to confirm the news, but a close friend of Kerry reveals to People magazine that they are both happy. Kerry Washington, who was previously engaged to actor David Moscow, started dating Nnamdi in the summer of 2012. Their wedding came without any media fanfare. The Django Unchained actress told Glamour she had learned through experience that talking about her personal life just doesn't work for her. Michelle Obama was crying with laughter, punching the air and flexing her muscles as she and Sesame Street characters Elmo and Rosita announced a cunning plan to get children begging for fruits and vegetables in the grocery store. At a press conference at the White House, the First Lady revealed the non-profit behind the beloved children's educational TV program will let the fresh produce industry use Elmo, Big Bird, and Sesame Street's other furry characters free of charge to market fruits and veggies to kids. The agreement between Sesame Workshop and the Produce Marketing Association is the latest step by the private sector to support Let's Move, the First Lady's nearly 4-year-old campaign to reduce childhood obesity rates in the U.S. A rarely seen Neapolitan collection of jewelry, estimated to be more valuable than England's crown jewels, has opened in Rome. Hidden away for centuries, the treasure of San Gennaro is formed of precious objects donated in tribute to the patron saint of Naples. It has rarely left the southern Italian city and spent centuries locked in a vault, largely forgotten by the wider world. The 70 pieces were transported under heavily armed guards to a Central Rome museum earlier this month and will be on display until February. Facebook wants to get inside users' heads with new capabilities to track and analyze their behavior across the social network. Facebook executives have new technology to allow them collect data on details like how long users hover their cursors over elements on the page and whether their news feed is visible as they browse the site. Facebook Analytics Chief Ken Rodin said the recorded data could be used for various ends, ranging from product development to targeting advertising more precisely.
Welcome back, and I have Abdullahi Haruna with me here, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, but the Abdullahi Haruna can't be completed without adding my brand name, Haruspice.
Haruspice.
Yes, even my mother calls me Haruspice.
Okay, now, last week I got a guest correcting me. Say I didn't add his title. Now you are correcting me. It's Haruspice.
Exactly.
So it's hot. He's hot like pepper, like yaji, right?
Somehow, but far from it. My spice is a deeper one.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, we will talk more about that Haruspice. But being in the, you're a writer, poet, you also publish a magazine, so I guess you're going to be interested in some gossip.
Life itself is a gossip.
Yes. That's a very poetic thing for you to say. Okay, P Square, that's Peter Okoye. Yes, Peter Okoye and his longtime girlfriend, after several years together and after 2 children, are finally saying I do. Their traditional wedding will hold on November 17th, and they are going to do the white wedding next year. And I heard that the MC will be Helen Paul and this comedian, Helen Paul and Benga Adeyinka. So it's going to be huge. Now, what do you think about this upcoming wedding? What are your thoughts?
There are 2 things here. I'm happy that they're getting married, and I'm also happy that they have children. But the question is, what are they celebrating? Why do you have to get married again when you
have everything?
So why are they doing that? Are they doing that to add to the media frenzy? Because for you to live with a wife or with a woman and even having 2 children,
that means you're kind of already married already.
Yes.
You're doing all the things that married people do.
So there's really no need for any wedding.
And this big wedding too.
Big wedding, yes, that's what I'm saying. Perhaps they're trying to add to the media frenzy, which to me is needless.
Well, as a celebrity, you can never have too much media frenzy.
We're coming from somewhere. Besides the celebrity toga, we have a tradition. What are these guys trying to portray to our younger generation,
I
for
get
instance?
that. Yeah.
You instead of following the normal way, I know the Igbos have a very rich culture in terms of marriage. So why didn't the P Square brothers follow the due process?
You know, the wine carrying process.
Yeah, which is very beautiful as far as African culture is concerned.
Yes.
So to me, I really do not. It's
I'm not so excited.
Yeah. It's normal. They should do it.
That.
Invite people and okay, let's just do it.
I get that, but I'm sure the girl is very happy that finally she's legally recognized as.
I'm sure her parents won't be happy attending a wedding that
2 children
are actually the product of, you know.
And still speaking of weddings, Kanye has finally proposed to Kim Kardashian after 18 months and after their child, like, you know, his baby mama. You know, I was very skeptical that they will actually get married. I thought that after the baby, they will break up. But now he has proposed, they're engaged.
Don't be too in a haste to celebrate Kim and Kanye West. Remember, Kanye was betrothed to somebody just a year or some few weeks to the wedding. He called off the wedding. The same thing with Kim. So don't celebrate here. She has been married to 2 different men.
Yeah.
And Kanye West is actually the 3rd person. So don't celebrate yet.
Yes, we'll wait and see.
Another media razzmatazz.
Yes, because he bought her a 15-carat diamond ring. You know, we proposed to her on her birthday, and it was at the AT&T Park baseball stadium in San Francisco. So it was like very big, very loud. So it fits with the whole romantic scene. But it's like you said, we will wait. We will wait and see how it goes.
Perhaps let's celebrate them after 5 years. Then
Seriously?
we'll say congratulations, Kanye West and Kim.
Seriously?
But for now, I think it's still a media thing.
Okay.
Yes. If not, why would you organize a concert to propose to a woman that's giving you a child? What else? What ring are you giving her? So what's so special about, will you marry me? And she's saying, yes. Meanwhile, there's a baby watching. That is my mama proposing, my papa proposing to my mama. So what? You know, you see the synergy now. Kanye West, P Square. I'm sure the 2 Baba also had some, you know. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I get that.
Very soon, upcoming celebrities were also doing that. Pick a girl, pump her, she gives you a baby. Then after 2 or 3 years, you propose to her, and you. Then one big man from the south there is giving you a car.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Pop star Rihanna was asked to leave a famous Abu Dhabi mosque because she was taking some poses that were, what's the word, unfavorable, and were not exactly allowed. You know, the reports were that first she entered through an entrance where that she was not allowed. That wasn't meant for visitors, that was the word. And then she started posing near the mosque and she was asked to leave. So, what are your thoughts on this issue?
First of all, this is an aberration. What is a pop star doing in the mosque?
That was...
She's supposed to be in the club. Again, this is another media strategy to create a hype. Why leave your country to go to Abu Dhabi and you're posing in front of a mosque?
Of all places.
Of all places. What happens to the club, to the concert stage?
Yeah.
You understand? So when you look at things like this, it's they create a phenomenon around themselves,
Yeah.
thereby putting the world in trouble. Maybe the very, what do I call them? The insensitive ones now will pick up, okay, why would she go to a mosque? Before you know, they are burning a church.
Yeah, and actually,
burning a mosque.
the report was that it was an unauthorized photo shoot. That means this was not something that was planned. So, well, to be fair, it's not the people the organizers that brought her there. But I think celebrities should be more like sensitive to all these kind of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For instance, if I'm coming to your house, I should actually know about you. Maybe you're that person that you won't allow me to wear my shoes to your parlor.
Yes.
You understand? So I'm very sure her handlers or managers would have done a very good job about educating her about the culture of Abu Dhabi. But trust them, they'll always want to create a news, even where there's no news.
Yeah, now
That's
we're
why
talking
they're
about
celebrities.
her.
And now we're talking about her. So it goes on.
Yes.
But
and also, this another bad publicity is for this X Factor contestant, Tamara Foster, who was caught shoplifting. And the funny thing is that after she was caught, she actually paid for the items that she stole. So it was like more of, she was just trying to get some fun, not because she actually had, maybe I don't have money to pay for this.
okay,
So.
again, it's another media strategy.
You think?
Yes.
Because it's not really nice.
You have this money, we won't say she's suffering from, what is that thing called? It's kleptomania.
Yeah.
She's not suffering from me. She has the money. She went there, picked this thing, they caught her, and she said, okay, I'm ready to pay. Remember, it's a competitive world, especially in the celebrity hem. They are trying to create frenzy for themselves. Therefore, they can do anything to generate media attention. So for that, it's not strange.
Yeah.
Footballers have actually done that. I remember somebody, Fadiga from Senegal, this is a big boy, went to Korea, before you know, he's shoplifting a wristwatch. When they asked him, he said, so what? He came to pick what he likes. And they paid, but it made news off the football pitch. You remember, anybody that is before the press is a celebrity.
I think it's kind of embarrassing, to be called, to be labeled a
You think so? Why do they wear dark goggles? Do they think of you? So try to separate these two people. I'm sure Tamara, what's her name, never stole from her neighbors. But she waited to go to a shop
to
steal. Isn't that news? It's news in communication. That is beautiful news. And you're talking about her now.
Yeah,
so
good
kudos
point.
to her.
So we'll take a short break now to watch the Mamouzi twins performing at a fashion event in Paris. So you stay and watch this, and we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. So tell us about Abdullahi Haruna, aka Haruspice. So tell us about yourself.
Okay, Abdullahi Haruna, Haruspice, is a child of circumstances. He hailed from the red soil of a typical village called Imani.
When you say child of circumstances, do you mean like a love child?
It depends on your interpretation. Love is relative.
Okay.
And affection is also relative. I'm a child who is intimate with nature.
Okay.
I come from the unusual angle of life.
Okay.
While my mates are playing on the sand, I was climbing trees. I was disappearing into the thick forest. And when I come back with unusual behavior. At a point, I was thinking like an adult in a child formation. Mm-hmm. I grew up where life was pretty hard. You have to fend for yourself somehow. The meagre resources from your parents are not okay for you to make, to live like the neighbor's next door.
Yeah.
So at the early stage of life, I actually discovered my talent.
Okay.
And I'll tell you something.
Which was?
The talent was writing.
Okay.
You understand? So I'll correct the notion. I'm not yet a writer. I'm an aspiring writer. I started writing from primary 4.
You're not yet a writer, an aspiring writer, but you started writing from primary 4, then you're a writer.
Can you compare me with Wole Soyinka?
They started writing at maybe...
Okay, we'll get in there. I actually hope to be a celebrated writer someday.
Okay.
But I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I discovered my talent, which actually paved the way for who I am today, right from primary 4.
Okay.
Where we're given a task to do in the class, and we were asked to write the day we'll never forget. I never knew where the storyline came from. But I wrote that story. It actually got me a scholarship.
Wow.
A scholarship of 10 naira. Yes, by the headmaster. To the extent that they were actually asking that, did this actually happen?
Did it?
No, it never happened. So from there, I remember my teacher telling me that whatever you want to be, make sure writing is part of it. But then I never knew that it was something I could actually grow up with.
Okay.
I had this mentality to be a military officer. Tall, dark, the Abacha-like. But life has its own way of twisting things.
Yes, and now you're an aspiring writer.
Yes.
You're a poet. You are an activist. And you're a publisher.
Yes.
So these are kind of, they are similar, but they're also kind of conflicting. So it makes me wonder how you manage to do all these. Life,
it's not lived in one day. I have my schedules for everything. You didn't add something. I'm also a married man. So which is more taxing than the ones you listed. The rest are passion. But married life, it's your life.
It's your life. So you can't get away from it.
Okay. So it's more taxing. But I share my time, actually. And again, I'm not an activist. I'm a social engineer because I do not carry placard. I do not antagonize for change. I advocate for change. I re-educate the mind. I re-socialize the mind. You understand? So social activists sometimes are paid. I don't carry gun. And I use just a medium, which is through writing. I have a devoted followers who are more than, let's say, 1 million. And whatever I write actually translates their orientation. So we are creating a value different from the generation of our fathers.
Okay, so that's based on what you are saying. Your followers are mostly youths.
Yes, not just youth. I think they cut across all the strata of the society.
But do you have a special maybe concern for the youths?
The youth are actually the centerhold of our existence. The old will always go away, and they'll always be the youth. Even though in this part of the world, youths are not given the chance to actually express themselves. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't prepare ourselves. With all modesty, I am where I am today as a youth, mingling with the adults or the old people because of what? Persistent flair for writing. You understand? I created a world for myself, and these people are identifying with me. I've never done a letter writing that I'm requesting for a job. Besides, I've never used my certificate to apply for a job. You understand?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the business of publishing, I publish the World Entourage magazine. It's a potpourri of magazine, a general interest. Like, you pick it, the old man at home will also pick it. Everybody that picks that magazine has a story or something new to learn.
Okay.
It wasn't easy selling out the idea. But today, we are where we are because of what? Determination.
Yes, and back to being a social engineer. As a
Yes,
social engineer,
yes.
what do you think are the issues that are like the biggest issues currently facing the youths in Nigeria
I
today?
think it's issue of indolence. We tolerate everything that comes our way. The Nigerian youth is the most hopeful person. It's always optimistic, even when nothing is happening. You're a graduate of 10 years, and you're still expecting miracle to happen.
I kind of heard a derogatory comment about Nigerians saying that they're like cockroaches. They can adjust to any
Whatever
situation and just live there.
Yes, it's part of what I'm saying. You understand? Cockroaches sometimes are even somehow mild. They can fly, but a Nigerian youth is where he is. And which is very, very unfortunate. For instance, we rush to condemn or burn petty thieves like the Alufo. It were agile and able-bodied youths that actually sets fire on those guys.
Yeah.
But we have plenty of our leaders who are looting our treasury. None of these youth have actually protested. Rather, they are even saying, why are you, for the little who are protesting against this impunity, they are even opposing them. Why are you doing this? Meaning, our time will come or our own is there. So the problem we have with the Nigerian youth is that he has no bearing. And it's very, very unfortunate. Your government will not do anything for you, until you do something.
And do something.
I'm speaking from experience. There's this cry of empowering the youth. You understand?
Yeah.
The advocates of this enterprise have gone to them to solicit for advert or even interview. Do you know what they tell me? That your magazine is not a mainstream magazine. We are waiting for Times or the Newswatch of this world or the Tell of this world. And yet, the next day, the person is on TV saying they want to empower youth. How do you empower youth? When Angote will not advertise in my magazine. When the Minister of Youth will not grant me interview.
Yeah.
So what empowerment are you talking about?
Giving? Yes, I get that. So tell us about your writings and whether you think Nigerian youths can actually make a living through writing. But first, tell us about your writing.
I think man by nature is a writer. There are those who experience happiness and those who experience sadness. They go ahead by putting them into writing. Some go to the extent of singing.
Yeah.
Two-Face is not a graduate per se. Let's say a PhD holder or a master or a Harvard being, but he's ruling the entertainment world.
Yeah, through writing.
Through writing. That's
penning
writing.
his thoughts
Yes,
down.
because you have to put your thought into writing before you even write them as a song.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. Everybody, every youth is a writer.
And can make a living.
Yes, I wasn't taught how to write. I cultivated it. I wasn't privileged to read from shelf or my daddy's library. I was reading from signboards. For instance, if I want to learn how to read, I can trek from Area 11 to Wuse, just reading at the billboards, looking at the billboard and reading them. I formed my reading habit from there, unlike other kids who actually had stocks of books in their piles. But me, I didn't have. So what I'm saying is that writing can fetch you a living.
Yeah, what kind of writings do you do? What do you write about?
I do creative writing.
Okay.
I do reflective writing. I do deep writing. Yes. And I also do PR writing.
PR writing, okay. Yes. I get that. Public relations. Okay.
Yes.
That's marketable writing.
Whatever you call it. But writing is writing.
Writing is writing. So tell us what you are working on right now and where you see your career going in the next 10 years.
I'm involved in a lot of things. For instance, I'm a blood donor advocate. I advocate for voluntary blood donation. You understand? Because several people are dying every day from blood-related issues. When you talk of the pregnant women, the anemic patient, the accident victim, the sickle cell, the cancer patients, all these people are what's dying every day as a result of insufficient or absence of blood in our blood banks. That makes me an advocate.
So you want to like start a blood bank maybe in the next 10 years?
I mustn't actually do a blood bank, but I can mobilize people to donate freely without collecting a dime from anybody because blood is priceless.
Okay, have you started working on that?
Yes, I've been doing that for a long time, right from my university day. Also, as a student leader way back in the university, I have been able to have a mindset of reorientating my students or my colleagues. So it's an ongoing thing. I have a Facebook page that actually generates a lot of, interest, debates, and dialogue. Yes. At that place, we actually discuss Nigeria.
Okay, so you want to be a celebrity writer and help increase the volumes of blood being donated, and you also want to empower the youth. Sorry for using, you might not like the word empowering.
Empower. We keep hearing empower. What are you empowering?
Thank you so much, Haruspice, for coming to the show. I really had fun, and I'll definitely be looking out for you as a celebrity writer. Fingers crossed.
And also, you coming around to donate blood.
Yes, he's already advocating already. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
So see you all again next week for all you need to know about your favorite celebrities on NTA Entertainment. Bye.